I've made a donation of 1,000 naira to Martins Vincent Hotel Initiative. And there's a reason why I made it just 1,000 naira. And I need you guys to watch this video to the end. And I'll tell you why I sent 1,000 naira to that account. Now, back to the topic. This lady, I don't even know her name. And I'm not going to, even if I know her name, I'll not say it, you know. The thing I want to really talk about is not all that stuff. I want to zero in on the main problem, which is what? Addiction. Can we really talk about addiction without really understanding what it is? Because most of the time, the stigma that goes, with it, is the problem. Because most of the comments I've seen about that woman, most people are judging her and judging her and judging her and judging her. But let's take a step back. There are people who have this problem of addiction to crystal meth, which is what is called Mkpurumiri, and crack, which is called CK. These are very cheap and available on the streets. And the destruction value of these drugs is very high. So what is addiction? Addiction, right, is a medical condition. It's a medical condition, and that's why when you stigmatize it, it's not fair to the addict. Do you understand? When they use these substances, right, these substances go and block some of the neural pathways in your brain, right? They go and block those neural pathways, which means hormones that your brain was able to make normally, hormone like dopamine, which is responsible for you feeling happy and the reward. There are other hormones that your body is able to release that allows you to feel joy, that allows you to feel happiness. These drugs, they go and block those pathways and form new ones. Do you understand? Which means without that drug, they have no connection to joy. Do you understand? As in, the brain has been rewired in such a way that it can no longer find its own way to that feeling unless that substance is present. And the problem is, it doesn't last for long, right? You have to keep taking more and more and more and more just to get that same small window of joy. Do you understand? So you can see these people as in, without that drug, they are basically sick. They are suffering. They are like, they are not there anymore. And until that drug is introduced, they will never be happy. The body begins to produce cortisol. And cortisol is the opposite of dopamine, because cortisol makes you feel sad. It makes you grow old and makes you fall sick. It makes you feel the feeling of sickness in your body when you are sick is because of the presence of cortisol. So when people suffer, that's why you see that when people become addicted to drugs, they grow old very quickly. They lose their teeth. A lot of things just happen to them. They lose their hair. They become like, maybe I should share some pictures of some before and after pictures in the public domain for people to understand what I'm talking about. But the problem is not just talking about it, which brings me back to that 1,000 naira I donated to MVOI. So if you are watching this video, I'm going to round up now by telling you this, right? Please and please, right? Addiction is a real problem in the society. And I'm giving 1,000 not because I can't give more.